Have you ever wanted to build something but looked at the size of the project and thought, there's absolutely no way that I could actually do that? Now imagine that something is an aeroplane. Peter started with nothing more than a set of plans, just a set of drawings, a bunch of raw materials, and a massive amount of patience. Around 1,200 hours later, he had built this, a Thatcher CX4 powered by a VW-based engine that he also assembled himself. And after the build was finished, Peter spent another year test flying and refining it. We found him at the Zuikerkop Fly In, and I had to find out what it takes to turn a set of drawings into a proper flying aeroplane. So we found a really interesting aircraft at the Fly In. So this is Peter, and this is your Thatcher CX4. So tell us a little bit about the aeroplane. Is it something that you built or?
Yes, this is, I saw this in Sport Aviation many years ago, and I thought this is a really pretty aeroplane. So I built this at the Kariep Dam in the Free State, and I built the engine as well. Single seater, the engine's 75 horsepower, and I've got a little bit of baggage load. So I can go to events like this. I've got a range of about 4.5 hours with a reserve tank that's built into one of the wings. This flight here was about 1.5 hours. It worked out at 14 litres an hour totally so far. So it's very cheap to fly.
Okay, and what engine did you put in?
This is a VW engine. It was an engine kit, so you get all the parts already machined. So it's an assembly job, and during the COVID lockdown, it was perfect. I built the whole engine during the hard lockdown. I had something constructive to do. And so far, it's a very good engine. It's running very cool. It's the first engine I've ever had that's never had an oil cooling problem.
Interesting. What was the hardest part of the build for you?
I think it's a monocoque construction. If you look at the tail here, it's all rounded. And the shape is basically from some bulkheads which are along here, and to line it up in this taper, gee, I thought I'd never get it right. But I built it single-handed. I didn't have any help. So I had all sorts of jigs to lift wings, to rig it and things like that. And it was built from absolute scratch, just a set of plans.
That's crazy.
No kit. And I tried to use as much local material as I could. I didn't want to import stuff. It's expensive, etc. And it was a very satisfying build. I've built wooden and glass fiber aircraft, but metal's clean. You don't have a lot of dust up your nose.
Sure.
So it was interesting build. The one thing you'll notice, I've got vortex generators on here. I found that I needed to fit those in order to get the stall speed down to an acceptable level. Otherwise it was stalling a little bit too fast. I spent a whole year in test flying, and that was actually the most interesting part of all, almost. I used all sorts of means to monitor what was going on, and recorded it. I made a whole program which I sort of completed step by step. I found that very interesting. I've got this airspeed calibrated to within about 1 knot. Wow. All the way down to the stall. So when I say it stalls at 44 knots, it does.
Okay, interesting. And what sort of cruise speed do you get?
I cruise at, I find a comfortable cruise of about 100 knots TAS.
Okay.
So, say about 90 knots indicated, okay. And that will be at about 3,000 RPM. The red line on the motor with this prop is 3,600. So it's quite well down. Normal cruise, about 12.5 or so.
Okay.
And I just run on 95 unleaded.
So thank you very much.
Pleasure.
Impressive story.
Yeah.
Nice aircraft.
There are a couple in the Cape, I think, but I don't know if they're flying.